The Christian Hohmann Fine Art Gallery is pleased to be hosting the unveiling of Splendid, the latest series of paintings from up-and-coming German artist Mansour Karger. And Edge TV is here to catch all the action. All right, we have managed to snag the artist of the night, Mansour Karger. We've got him in the back of the gallery, away from the show up front, for a little inside peek into his creative mind and his world. So, how are you doing tonight?
Good, very excited.
Very excited. The crowd is pouring in. Do you get nervous?
Of course.
Yeah. Are you anxious to hear like what their views are and what their opinions are?
Yeah, of course, because now I'm naked. You know, I did my work, everything's there, I can't do anything, so everything is in God's hand.
Wow, that's an interesting way to put it, naked. That seems to be maybe a theme throughout your art too, is the female form, and it's sexy and it's bold. And
as a painter, you paint what you see, right? And as a modern contemporary painter, I don't see landscapes. I live in Berlin, right? There's no landscape. When I open the door, there are billboards. There are advertising all over the place. I open the magazine. This is what I see, and this is what I paint. I decided, okay, I paint this. This is what I see. When I picked all the images I paint, of course I have to somehow be attracted. And of course I'm attracted by beautiful women and mouth and everything, so that's why I paint them. So.
And is there a purpose as far as kind of distorting the beauty? Because you put like a beautiful face or mouth and then you've got bullets covering it. So where does that come?
Because if you see all these kind of images every day, they're like one side of the magazine is a beautiful face, the other side is like bad news, right? So it's all in your head. Yeah. And it's disturbing, but in a way we are also fascinated by, for example, bullets, right? So I put them together, and it's on you. What do you feel when you look at it? I don't have a message. I don't want to teach people.
You just put it out there and let them think whatever they want.
Yep.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about seducement. Is it the right word? Yeah. So it's all about seducement. So art is about seducement.
Sensual. And
right. And now advertising world is about seducement, and they want to make people.
Sex sells, right?
Sex sells. Put it that way.
Well, then I think your paintings will sell very well, because they are very sexy. I do love them. So tell me more about your background and how you got into painting and your background with that.
So I'm half Afghan. My father's from Afghanistan, but I grew up in Germany, and I started studying painting in Germany, in a small town, and in Berlin, and now I live in Berlin, and I live there as a painter, among other artists, many artists in Berlin. And
did you study formally, or are you self-taught?
No, formally at a University of Painting, and that's what I've been doing for like 20 years already, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing for the next 20, 80, whatever years.
Do what you love. Well, Edge TV thanks you, all of our viewers. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you again for inviting us into your world and letting us know more about you and your art. Thank you so much. Mansour Karger, German artist. All right, I heard Christian Hohmann, the owner of the gallery, is back here in his vault of art. Here he is. Christian also happens to be a leading expert in German art. Hi, Christian.
Sarah, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I found you back here in your safe of treasures.
Yeah, our storage vault.
Yeah.
I was just pulling out a painting for a client. Somebody wanted to see this painting by Peter Schettler, and so I was just pulling it out.
Wonderful. So we caught you hard at work.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we feature almost 100 different artists, so tonight we have this one particular show that we're focusing on, but as you can see here, we have a lot of inventory, and
a lot back here.
Yeah, we need it.
And is a lot of it by German artists?
Yeah, that's kind of our focus. My whole family is in the art business, but the roots are really in Germany. So my parents started that about 40 years ago in Germany, and then I had my first gallery in Hamburg when I was 21, and then another one in Berlin, and then I came to the States about 8 years ago. But with all the resources that we had over in Germany, and because that's really my field of expertise, we focused on that here in the States, and interestingly enough, very successfully. Germany has still, up to this day, probably one of the best art scenes in the world. Like I think 4 or 5 of the top 10 artists in the world are still, German. I don't know why. I can't tell you. It's maybe the education.
Very good. And it sounds like you've got a lot of followers because you were at a previous gallery. Now you have your own. And even just talking to the people out there tonight, they say, we've been following Christian for a while, and it's great to see him have his own place now. How does it feel to have your own gallery?
Yeah, it feels good. It was a little bit with one crying and one laughing eye, because that was also family. My aunt, Eva Hart, she had the Hart Galleries for over 10 years, and I was running her gallery for the last 7 years just down the street. And then last year she decided to retire and asked me what I would like to do. And so, for me there was no doubt I wanted to keep going, and so she helped me open my own gallery, and here we are now. And it's it's still interesting. The first months, we just opened in October, but it's been great. The reception has been great. The feedback has been great. So it's just been phenomenal.
Well, wonderful, Christian. Keep up the good work. Thank you for letting us back here to see all of your treasures and everything you have. It's simply amazing to be back here, and the night tonight was absolutely breathtaking. So
it was great to have you here.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Christian.
coming.
Our pleasure.